Hey, I am so glad you are here today. And if you're here, you are interested in figuring out what the best foods are for you, not only to meet your health goals, but also to stay healthy and help keep your loved ones healthy as well. And after 10 years of struggling with chronic infection and seeing all the different doctors, all kinds of specialists, taking tons of antibiotics and other pharmaceuticals, and just really feeling worse, I returned to the foods of my heritage, the Mediterranean diet with which I was raised in Italy, to really hone in on my healing process. And I've never been better. I feel truly transformed, and I feel like 10 years of chronic illness were in some way a blessing because I am now in service to the plants and the foods that healed me and helped me be well. And that's why I'm here today, is because I would also like to share this information with you, information that's been erased from the medical curriculum and replaced with symptoms-based treatment information about pharmaceuticals. So it's no wonder that we are all feeling confused about what to eat, and that the internet and prescriptive diet books have all these different recommendations about how to eat. This information has been lost, and it is our birthright. We all deserve to know how to eat to feel well. We all deserve how to have the knowledge to heal ourselves from common conditions, restore balance in our gut, maintain mental health, support our immune system. And I have created this really unique online course so that anybody who wants this knowledge can have it. And this is really more than a course. It's a handbook that you can return to again and again at different times of your life when you're looking for healing, when you're looking to restore balance, because health really is this changing state of balance, and illness or dis-ease is all about pointing out, something's out of balance. I need to restore balance in my life. Something's out of balance internally within me and or externally within my environment, and I need to figure out how to restore balance. And this course gives those teachings, not only from the perspective of modern nutrition science and macronutrients, but also from the perspective of traditional foodways and healing modalities from India, from China, from my own Mediterranean diet. So, when I was feeling out of balance, not feeling well, I really began to hone in on the fact that this thing that I do every day, eat food, gives me the capacity to support myself and heal myself. And I really started with addressing my gut, because the gut microbiome, all of those bacteria, are sending messages to the brain about what we want to eat, about cravings. And when we change our gut microbiome, we change our cravings, we change our immune system, we affect mental health, change our nervous system balance. So I really started by saying, okay, even if my body is craving sweets and carbohydrates, because it's anxious, because it's stressed, because it needs, immediate energy, I'm going to say, I'll hear that message and I'll keep providing my body with different kinds of fuel, like high quality protein, like green vegetables. And at the time I really didn't do well with cruciferous vegetables because they're sulfurous. Sulfur is so beneficial, but when the gut doesn't know how to ferment it properly, it can cause a lot of gas and bloating. So I cut out kale, collards, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, and really focused on other greens like spinach, Swiss chard, beet greens, endive, radicchio, and I made sure all my vegetables were cooked. So I gave my body those dark leafy greens with plenty of antifungal, antibacterial olive oil, and focused on hormone-free, antibiotic-free protein. I'm someone who eats animal protein, so I was eating a lot of chicken and turkey and eggs. And I think that the combination of rice or quinoa and lentils or beans also creates a complete protein. And I really went with those foods, and every time I heard my mind register a sweet or carbohydrate craving, I kind of said, okay, I hear you, mind, and I know we're trying to change these messages as we're trying to change our gut bacteria. And so then I just kept giving my body more of the protein, more of the dark leafy greens, the high quality fats like the olive oil, also avocado. And slowly, it takes about 14 to 20 days, my gut bacteria started to change and the cravings started to look different. And when that changed, I then started to incorporate some root veggies that are more starchy, but also metabolize more slowly, like purple potatoes, like sweet potatoes, winter squash, technically a fruit, like carrots, like rutabaga. And that started to feel really supportive to me. But I think the key in determining what it is that's ideal for us is to start by simplifying. Start by really kind of eating a basic, almost boring diet for 10 days to 2 weeks to help that gut bacteria start to shift over. And then bring in other foods slowly and see how the body responds. If you're somebody who'd like to include dairy in your diet, start by eliminating it for 14 days and then slowly bringing in some nice high quality fermented dairy like whole milk, yogurt that's unsweetened, or kefir is another option as well. And just see how your body responds. Eat it a couple times a day and see if there's bloating or gassiness or cramping, or see if the body sort of says, yes, thank you, I welcome this food. And the other way to really understand what's ideal for you is to tap into your ancestry. Find out more about your heritage. Talk with family members. Try to discover where it is that your ancestors were rooted. What indigenous groups are within your DNA? Because the whole foods of those indigenous people are truly the ones that are pre-programmed into your DNA to be the most digestible. So looking back at coastal peoples who probably ate a lot of fish, a lot of seaweed, a lot of oats. It's a great way to create a superfoods foundation for your diet, right? Mediterranean people include a lot of olive oil, a lot of artichoke, a lot of bitter greens like the endive, like the radicchio. Also, some eggs and poultry as well. So those are kind of ancestral superfood healing foods. Among, thinking about African functional foods, amazing tubers and root vegetables like taro, incredible high protein gluten-free grains like teff, cow foods in some cases, thinking about Chinese medicine and Ayurveda from India. Traditional foods there would be millet, lotus root, again seaweed in China, and in India lentils, rice, yogurt, dark leafy greens, potatoes, and in the South maybe some tomatoes, coconut milk, more spicy foods as well. So really starting to tune into your heritage and what superfoods can support you as you're starting to bring foods back in after a 10 to 14 day simplification is really the first start to figuring out how to eat to support yourself, feel well, meet your health goals, exceed them, and thrive. So if this is interesting to you, if it's exciting and you'd like to really dive deeply into food as medicine, understand where traditional food ways meet modern nutrition science, where your constitution with which you were born and the conditions of the environment around you, how those harmonize together to create a state of balance that's always changing, this course is really perfect for you. And anyone who registers has lifetime access to the materials. which is why it's really a guidebook that you can come back to again and again. And everyone who registers gets a one-on-one nutrition consultation with me so that we can really hone in on your goals, what's most important to focus on, and what the root causes are of places where you feel imbalance, right? So getting beyond this notion of treating symptoms and addressing deeply the root cause of what is keeping you out of balance, and then what can bring you back in to balance. How weaknesses in our body can actually become messengers and become our strengths. So I encourage you to learn a little bit more about the course. Feel free to reach out with any questions that you have and register. You can register and start at any time. It's a self-guided online course. And I'm here for you as you're taking the course. Don't ever hesitate to reach out, email me, and set up a one-on-one consultation. So I really look forward to seeing you on the inside of Food is Medicine 101 and start your healing journey today.